Number 11, which angle has a negative sine value and a negative cotangent value? And this is another problem we could do totally in the calculator, but I'm going to first do it by hand, and then we'll check our answers in the calculator. So what I'm going to first do is draw four quadrants, and we're going to talk about has a negative sine value, which according to what we've learned, all students take calculus. These deal with positives. Sine is positive here, and sine is positive here. Now, we want the sine to have a negative. So that means it's positive in these, so those are gone. And we also see here that we want a negative cotangent. Now, cotangent is positive here because tan is positive, and so this would also be cotangent. So if that's positive there, this quadrant's now out. So we had to have something in the fourth quadrant. So that means it's got to be between 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi. Anything in between those two. Now this is a first quadrant value. There's nothing in the numerator, so that one's out. Answer choice A would be over here. That would be A's choice. B is 5 pi over 8. Now this would be in the second quadrant. The reason being, it's more than half a pi, but yet it's less than 1 whole pi. So there's pi. This is pi over 2. So answer choice B is here. It's out. 4 pi over 3. This is a little bit more than 1 pi, but yet it's less than 1.5. So this is the third quadrant. And so it's also out. And answer choice C would be right over here. So what does that leave us with? D is 9 pi over 5. That is almost 2 pi, which means that is the fourth quadrant. So that's going to be our answer. So let's now check, make sure this is correct here by going to the calculator, and we'll see. So I pull up first sine, and our value was 9 pi over 5. Now if I type it in like this, my calculator, since I'm in degrees, will give me the wrong value. What I need to make sure that I do is after I type in the pi there in the trig function, I have to include the radian button, that R that's in there. I hit enter, and you see that it is negative. And I'll do this again, but this time instead of doing a sine function, we're going to change this to a cotangent function. So I'll switch it to a cotangent, COT, press enter. It's also negative. So we did in fact come up with the right solution. If we would have done any of the others, at least one of the values would have been positive. On A, they both would have been positive.